Watch what you're doing.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no. No adventures, no theatrics, no...
Well, I don't know what you overheard, but the Riverwood Trader... I think I have a few old spell books laying about. If you want more, you'll have to go to the College of Winterhold. I better get back to cleaning the store. What a mess. What are you doing that for?
Maybe you could talk some sense into my pig-headed brother.
Riverwood Trader is everything you need in a general store. My sister Camilla or I will be happy to help you. Watch what you're doing!
You're a strapping young man. Don't be a stranger.
Maybe you're looking for something particular. We carry just about anything you could need.
You're not from around here. That makes two of us.
I know some trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing. Yeah, an ornament. Solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw. You found it! There it is! Strange. I'm gonna put this back where it belongs. I'll never forget this. You've done a great thing for me and my sister. Thank you so much for taking care of those thieves. The Riverwood Trader is back to the way it used to be.
dragon right now. It sure looks like he's been here. I know it looks bad, but we've got to figure out what happened. And if that dragon is still skulking around.
Somewhere. Rocky and Todd just got grabbed when they tried to make a run for it. Let's save us. Here he comes again. Save us. It's a dragon.
Killed it! I can't believe it!
Look at that. I can't believe it. You're Dragonborn. In the very oldest tales, back from when there were still dragons in Skyrim, the Dragonborn would slay dragons, and that's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power. Yes, I think I am. You can shout now. That can only mean one thing. You must be Dragonborn.
Dragonborn? What are you talking about?
That's right. My grandfather used to tell stories about the Dragonborn. Those born with the dragon blood in them. Like old Tiber Septim himself.
I've never heard of Tiber Septim killing any dragons.
There weren't any dragons then, idiot. They're just coming back now for the first time in forever. But the old tales tell of the Dragonborn who can kill dragons and steal their power. You must be one.
What do you say, Year 11? You're being awfully quiet. Come on, Year 11. Tell us, do you believe in this Dragonborn business? Some of you would be better off keeping quiet than slapping your gums on matters you don't know anything about. Here's a dead dragon, and that's something I definitely understand. Now we know we can kill them. But I don't need some mythical dragonborn. Someone who can put down a dragon is more than enough for me.
You wouldn't understand, Houseguard. You ain't a North.
I've been all across Tamriel. I've seen plenty of things just as outlandish as this. I'd advise you all to trust in the strength of the sword arm over tales and legends.
That was shouting, what you just did. Must be. You really are Dragonborn, then.
You also completely forgot to factor in probation and jail for assault, not to mention a paycheck. Let's all play well together, shall we?
So I hired a kid on probation, and he wanted to play poker with the boss on the first day. Here's how it went. Hey man, put out the cigarette. There's no smoking on customer's property. Man, what the fuck you gonna do? You ain't gonna fire me over it? Nah, I'm not gonna fire you over it. Just put the cigarette out now. Man, you ain't gonna fire me. You ain't got shit. That's your leverage. Oh, honey, boo-boo, that is not my leverage. My leverage is this. Jason, he's on dig crew for the next 2 hours. That's some fucking bullshit. And hey, Jason, if he gives you any lift, he's on cleanup. What if I just come the fuck up out of this hole with your fucking ass? My friend, you have made a tactical error. You are on a job site with 5 individuals that are both bigger than you, stronger than you, and I signed their paycheck. I am their friend and their family. They have a financial and a personal reason to defend me. They have more experience with shovels and pickaxes than you do. You also completely forgot to factor in probation and jail for assault, not to mention a paycheck. Let's all play well together, shall we? So I hired a kid on probation, and he wanted to play poker with the boss on the first day. Here's how it went. Hey man, put out the cigarette. There's no smoking.
Here's mine. It's a hamburger made out of meat on a bun with nothing. Add ketchup if you want. I couldn't care less.
But I'm so disappointed. I thought that you and I were going to have a real challenge. Never mind, this is better.
Way better.
Kyle? Sorry, Andy, Ron's is better.
Damn it, Kyle. Oh my god, it's so much better. It's crazy. Turkey can never beat cow, Chris. Sorry. Here's mine. It's a hamburger made out of meat on a bun with nothing. Add
I'm in shock. What? How do you... Like, there are so few videos where I actually don't know what to say. Well, alright, I don't know what the fuck this video is. There's just a question mark. That's it. Just a question mark. Here we go. Wow, started.
weather will no doubt spoil what is to come.
Okay.
So go into full screen mode and let me show you this.
Alright.
And I can promise you, it's gonna blow your mind. I believe I've made a WoW discovery that literally no one else has ever found. No matter how much I try to look it up, there's never any result. No DuckDuck searches, no YouTube videos, nothing. And that's pretty damn surprising, considering this is a game from 2004 that we're talking about. This is the vanilla WoW world map. As you can see, there's only two continents, Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor.
It is.
Let me ask you a question. Out of all the zones in these two continents, which one is the most forgettable?
Out of all the zones, which one is the most forgettable? I'm really trying to think about this in like a legitimate way. Dustwall Marsh. I think Dustwall Marsh is the most forgettable, irrelevant zone in Classic WoW. It was so bad, they updated it with new quests.
You there.
Twice.
We're looking for someone in
Yeah,
Whitehall.
no,
We'll pay good
Badlands
money
and
for
Nixia?
information.
Oh, and Nixie. Oh my god. Oh shit.
A woman.
Oh
A foreign.
my God.
She's likely not using her. We are not
Deadland
welcome here
Pass?
in Whitehall.
Probably
So we will
Deadland
be.
Pass, yeah.
It's none of your. If that doesn't interest you, feel free to walk away.
Maybe Deadland Pass.
We're looking for a fugitive who comes from Hammerfell. A Red Guard woman.
Time's up.
She may be
I
somewhere
imagine
in the
that the vast
city.
majority of people probably answered with Desolus, Silverford,
There it is.
Thrank Mountain, Deadwind Pass.
Yeah.
You know, the usual suspects.
True.
We will find her eventually.
WoW that literally everyone knows about, but is almost universally forgotten.
Don't tell him no.
And that zone is Stone Talon Mountains. Stone Talon Mountains is a contested zone that shares a border with the Barrens and Desolus.
Right.
The fact that it's a contested zone is quite interesting in of itself, as despite there being many low-level border quests available here, for Alliance players, there's almost nothing at all.
Yeah, I was
In fact,
here.
I'd be willing to bet that if you're an Alliance main like me, you've probably never even been here before. The zone itself has an extremely unusual design, and there really is nothing else like it in the game. It's essentially one giant valley that connects to three different open chasms that are completely different to one another.
Okay.
Due to the zone's odd layout and frustrating quests, even many Horde players tend to skip it entirely when leveling.
That's fair.
I'm not here to talk about the zone or even its quests, but something much, much weirder. We all know that WoW has a day-night cycle that is in sync with the server's time zone.
Yes.
If it's daytime in real life, then it will be daytime in Game 2.
They've
If
changed
it's
it.
nighttime in real life, then it will be nighttime in Game 2.
I think so.
The zone's atmosphere can change significantly depending on whether it's day or night.
Okay.
But this is true, especially the Stone Talon Mountains.
What?
During the day, Stone Talon Mountains just looks and feels like a pretty typical looking place.
Yeah.
A bit of trees here, a bit of grass there.
Sure.
But at night, this zone, and the way it feels to be in it, almost completely changes. From the hours of midnight to 5 a.m., music no longer plays in the zone. Instead, all you can hear is this strange winged ambience that sounds really freaky. What's weirder is that at night, the entire zone has this creepy red tint to it for seemingly no reason. And there's a ton of fog that limits how far you can see.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you can really notice it here, but the difference when it's daytime is really, well, night and day.
Well, let's see it.
Now, obviously,
That's
when I
good.
first discovered this,
That's good.
I was confused just as much as you probably are. Why is it like this?
Why
no
does
other zone has effects like
Why
this
is
at night. It just seems weird.
Yeah.
And again, no matter how much I looked into it, no one had an answer. But that's not even why I'm making this. Because, yeah, it's weird, but it could just be some sort of attempt at atmospheric immersion.
Absolutely.
No, I'm making this because of a strange phenomenon that kept happening to my character here.
What?
If you know me, then you'll know that I'm pretty much nocturnal. As in, seriously nocturnal.
What the fuck?
I'm always up at night in the early hours of the morning because that's just how I like it. As a result, whenever I play WoW, it's all. That's how I noticed how weird Stone Talon Mountains was in the first place. In classic WoW, I had an old warrior called Warzerk, and I would occasionally...
By Izmir, you did it! You killed the dragon.
To see what the horde side of the game was like.
Got it.
The way to relax and explore.
I never did this.
Down to an online alliance.
I never did this.
Don't tell a mountain at all. One of the zones I ended up leveling. I remember being taken aback at what a weird, almost psychedelic dreamscape the zone felt like. It reminded me of somewhere where a nightmare would take place. But again, I didn't think anything of it until the screenshot I took at 2:14 a.m. on the 20th of October.
You can't okay.
See, my character is dead.
Right?
You're probably thinking that a mob must have told me.
It must have.
No. The reason I took this screenshot is because my character just died instantly for no reason whatsoever. I was just running around doing some quest when he just dropped dead. At first I thought that maybe a high-level rogue had got me, then vanished or something, but
Yeah.
according to my combat log, nothing happened. Just
Your character just died.
I kept this screenshot because I thought I would put in a future production of mine, and at the time there was a lot of uproar about how badly Blizzard maintained classic WoW. But
Yeah.
there'd been a ton of bots and gold that was
I remember that.
I think it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for there to be bugs like this too, as
No.
after all, this is Blizzard we're talking about.
I've had that happen to me too, actually. I remember my character's been killed by invisible mobs. It happened to me during my Iron Man challenge in WoW. Like, yeah, this has happened to me too.
Either way, rest up and carried on with my questing before heading off to the mountain. 24 hours later, and I am, once again, questing in the
Good.
Windshear
You're
Crag.
finally here.
Everything was
The
going
Jarl's been
smoothly
waiting for you.
until
So
once
what happened
again,
at the watchtower?
wow,
Was the dragon
it
there?
happened again. Instant death, no combat log, just dead. I have never experienced anything quite like this. I mean, yeah, WoW could be buggy, but it's never been this bad. I looked back at the screenshot I took the night before and noticed something really unusual. The time of death on both shots was exactly the same.
It's gotta be.
2:14 a.m.
It's gotta be
That
fake.
was just way too much of a coincidence.
It's gotta be fake.
I tried to make a post on r/clan to my character.
Okay,
But
smart.
it got removed. And
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
I decided that this was way too much of a coincidence to ignore. So,
There's no question about that. It was a mighty deed. You've earned a place of honor among the heroes of Whiterun. But there must be more to it than that. Something strange happened when the dragon died.
Wow. It's lit.
Nothing. I waited around for a few minutes longer. I figured that it really must have been just a weird coincidence.
Yeah.
Feeling disappointed, I turned off my recorder and carried on questing. But then...
You heard the summons. What else could it mean? The Greybeards. We were just talking about you. My brother needs a word with you. So what happened at the watchtower? Was the dragon there?
It happened.
There's no question.
Like an alien thing? Bro, I feel like I've seen this before. It's like, y'all ever realize and think about a little fucking thing, a hypothetical population thing like this? The fact that, like, God stopped doing miracles whenever they invented cameras? Wasn't that weird? Wasn't that, like, it's just a weird coincidence that those two things lined up? What a coincidence. Like, that's crazy, man. Because he used to do, like, all these crazy things, like moving the sun around and just, you know, these, like, massive things that would happen. Like, God would do all this stuff. And then, like, whenever they invented cameras, like, people, he just decided, he's like, man.
A mighty deed. You've earned a place of honor among the heroes of Whiterun. Until next time.
Again. This time at 2:47 a.m. 3 deaths in a row on 3 different days. But why was this one at a different time than the others? The only difference I noticed between the last